Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm Dr. Sheila. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that is deceptively simple, yet utterly foundational to your health, your confidence, and your intimate life, especially as you cruise past that 50-year mark. We're going to talk about water. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Sheila, please. I drink plenty of water. I have a bottle with me all day. I'm hydrated, and you're probably right. You're likely drinking enough volume. But here's the problem, and it's a big one for a man over 50 concerned with vitality, energy, and yes, that all-important erection. Drinking plain water can be a massive, massive missed opportunity. In fact, it might be unintentionally working against you. It's like owning a beautiful, high-performance sports car, meticulously maintaining it, but filling it with low-octane, watered-down fuel and wondering why it's not performing at its peak. We aren't just talking about quenching your thirst here, gentlemen. We're talking about the fundamental hydraulic and electrical engineering of your body. We're talking about cellular signaling, vascular flexibility, and the raw power required for peak performance in the bedroom. As we age, our body's ability to absorb, retain, and utilize essential micronutrients changes dramatically. What worked for you in your 20s and 30s simply doesn't cut it anymore. Specifically, I want to talk about minerals, the unsung heroes of your internal ecosystem. These microscopic elements are the spark plugs responsible for everything, from regulating your heartbeat to transmitting nerve signals, and most critically for our discussion today, relaxing your blood vessels to ensure a strong, consistent flow of blood to every corner of your body, including the one part that absolutely depends on it for performance. If you are a man over 50 and you are looking for an easy, cost-effective daily hack that works in conjunction with everything else you're doing right, your diet, your exercise, your supplements, then this is the video for you. I'm going to introduce you to the number one mineral that can fundamentally change your erections, your energy levels, and your vitality simply by adding a small amount to the water you're already drinking. By the end of this video, you will never look at a glass of plain water the same way again. First, let's pull back the curtain and demystify what an erection actually is. It's not magic. It's a beautiful, complex feat of biological plumbing and electrical work. At its core, an erection is a hydraulic event. It's all about blood flow. Here's the simple version. Your brain perceives a sexual stimulus and sends a nerve signal down your spinal cord. This signal triggers the release of a very important molecule in the tissue of your penis. This molecule tells the smooth muscles in the walls of your arteries to relax. When these arteries relax, they open wide. This is called vasodilation. This allows a massive rush of blood to flow into the two spongy chambers inside the penis, known as the corpora cavernosa. As these chambers fill with blood, they expand and press against the veins that normally drain blood away, trapping the blood inside and creating a firm, lasting erection. It sounds straightforward, but every single step in that chain of command relies on a delicate balance of factors, a balance that starts to shift significantly after the age of 50. So, why does this process become less reliable as we get older? A few things start to happen. First, your vascular system itself changes. Think of your arteries when you were 20. They were like brand new, flexible garden hoses, soft, pliable, and able to expand easily to allow for maximum flow. As we age, those arterial walls can become stiffer and less pliable, more like an old, brittle hose that's been left out in the sun. This stiffness is the absolute enemy of strong blood flow. Your body can send the signal to open up, but the vessels themselves physically resist. Second, your body's internal chemistry changes. Your kidneys, which were once filtration champions, become a little less efficient at retaining water and, more importantly, at holding on to essential minerals and electrolytes. You start to excrete them more quickly. Your thirst mechanism also dulls, which can lead to a state of chronic, low-grade dehydration that you might not even notice. You become a slow leak, constantly draining the precious battery charge your cells need to communicate. And third, This is the most critical piece of the puzzle, is the decline in a molecule called nitric oxide, or NO. Nitric oxide is the master signaling molecule I mentioned earlier. It is the specific chemical messenger that directly tells your blood vessels it's time to relax and open up. It is the primary trigger for vasodilation. Research has shown that our natural ability to produce nitric oxide declines with age, meaning the open up signal gets weaker and less effective. Now, where does plain water fit into all this? Plain water is great for replacing volume, but it's just H2O. It doesn't contain the electrical charge necessary to help water and nutrients cross the cell membrane effectively. That electrical charge comes from electrolytes, which are simply minerals dissolved in water. When you drink large amounts of plain water, especially if you're already in that state of low-grade mineral depletion, you can actually dilute the electrolytes you do have, flushing them out of your system even faster. You're essentially filling your body's plumbing system with fluid, but you're simultaneously washing away the very minerals needed to carry the electrical signals that operate the system. Your cellular communication breaks down, your nerve signals can misfire, and your blood vessels don't get that clear, powerful signal to dilate and open up for business. The king mineral for erections, magnesium. So, if the problem is a lack of the right minerals to power this system, which mineral matters most? If I could implore every man over 50 to focus on just one mineral to radically improve his erectile health, it would be magnesium. Magnesium is an absolute powerhouse. It's involved in over 300 different enzymatic processes in the body, but for our purposes today, I want you to think of it as the ultimate relaxation mineral. Its primary job in the cardiovascular system is to promote relaxation and oppose tension. Now, where are these smooth muscles that magnesium relaxes? They are everywhere, but they are critically located in two places, essential for your vitality: in the walls of your arteries and inside the corpora cavernosa themselves. For blood flow to be optimal, these arterial walls need to be soft and pliable. When they get that neurological signal that it's time for action, they need to be able to relax, dilate, and open wide. This process of vasodilation is heavily dependent on having sufficient magnesium in your system. Here's the incredible dual action power of magnesium for your erections. First, it is a direct vasodilator. Magnesium acts as nature's own calcium channel blocker. Now, what does that mean? Calcium is the mineral that promotes muscle contraction and tension. Think of it as the tense up signal. Magnesium is its natural counterbalance. It's the relax and let go signal. When you are deficient in magnesium, which, let's be very clear, over 75% of the adult population is due to depleted soils and modern processed diets, your blood vessels exist in a constant state of slight tension, a slight constriction. This is called vasoconstriction. Magnesium physically steps in and tells those smooth muscle cells to take a breath and release that tension, allowing the vessel to open wider for blood to flow through. Second, and this is the part most people miss, magnesium is a critical catalyst for producing nitric oxide. Remember that master signaling molecule we talked about? The one that tells your blood vessels to open? Well, your body doesn't just pull nitric oxide out of thin air. It's created by an enzyme called nitric oxide synthase. And what does that enzyme absolutely require to function properly? You guessed it, magnesium. Without enough magnesium, that enzyme cannot work efficiently. This means your body simply cannot generate enough nitric oxide to send a strong, clear signal for an erection to happen. You can have the desire, you can have the stimulation, but if the biochemical signal is too weak, the physical response will be disappointing. It's like trying to start a car with a dead battery. The engine is fine, but there's no spark to get it going. Given that the vast majority of men are walking around with suboptimal magnesium levels, is it any wonder that vascular health and erectile performance decline with age? Your body is being starved of the single most important mineral for relaxing blood vessels and for creating the very molecule that commands them to open. When you start adding a highly bioavailable form of magnesium to your water, you create a systemic shift. It gets absorbed quickly through your gut, enters your bloodstream, and immediately starts sending those chill out signals to your entire cardiovascular system. This translates directly to easier, stronger, and more sustained blood flow throughout your body, which is profoundly beneficial for your energy, your heart health, and most importantly, for your intimate performance. Now, while magnesium is the undisputed king, it works best as part of a team. There are two other key players you need to be aware of to create the perfect internal environment for peak performance. First is zinc, the testosterone trigger. An erection doesn't begin in the penis, it begins in the brain with desire or libido, and the primary hormone that governs male libido is testosterone. Zinc is the absolute cornerstone mineral for the production and regulation of testosterone. Your body cannot make it without an adequate supply of zinc. Research has shown time and time again that even marginal deficiencies in zinc can negatively impact testicular function, leading to decreased levels of this vital male hormone. As we age, our immune function can decline, and our bodies use up zinc more readily to fight off low-grade inflammation. This can leave you in a deficit, which directly impacts your testosterone. If your libido is low, the first step in the erectile chain of command never even happens. You can have the most relaxed blood vessels in the world, but without the initial spark of desire, the process doesn't start. Ensuring you have adequate zinc is like making sure the ignition switch in your car is working. It's non-negotiable for men over 50 who want to maintain their hormonal edge. By adding a few drops of a liquid zinc supplement to your water, you guarantee a highly bioavailable intake that supports your hormonal readiness. Second is high-quality salt, the hydration gatekeeper. I know. For decades, we've been told that sodium is the enemy, that salt causes high blood pressure and is to be avoided at all costs. But this is a classic case of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. The problem isn't sodium itself, it's the highly processed, stripped-down chemical table salt that's added to virtually all processed foods. That white stuff has been bleached and stripped of all its companion minerals, leaving only pure sodium chloride, which can indeed throw your body's delicate electrolyte balance out of whack. However, pure, unrefined sea salt or pink Himalayan salt is a completely different nutritional entity. These natural salts contain not just sodium chloride, but a whole spectrum of 80+ trace minerals that your body desperately needs, including potassium, calcium, and yes, even more magnesium. Sodium is the master gatekeeper of hydration. It is absolutely crucial for maintaining the right fluid balance inside and outside your cells. Without adequate sodium, your body struggles to hold on to the water you drink. You'll drink a glass of water and it will run right through you, taking other precious minerals with it. This is why you can feel thirsty even when drinking gallons of plain water. By adding just a tiny pinch of high-quality, unrefined salt to your water, you give your body the tool it needs to actually pull that water into the cells where it belongs. This leads to superior cellular hydration, which means better blood volume. Better blood volume makes it easier for your heart to pump blood throughout your entire body, making the whole hydraulic system more efficient and powerful. Okay, so we've covered the science. Now let's get to the practical application. How do you actually put this into practice? I've designed this protocol to be incredibly simple, easy to follow, and powerful in its effects. The goal here is consistency, not complexity. I call this the functional hydration protocol for male vitality. Step 1, the morning ignition drink to be consumed immediately upon waking. What you'll need: a large 16 to 20 ounce glass of filtered water and some high quality unrefined sea salt or pink Himalayan salt. What to do? Before you have your coffee, before you do anything else, add a small pinch of this salt to your glass of water. And when I say a small pinch, I truly mean it. Just enough to cover the very tip of your pinky finger. Stir it until it dissolves and drink the entire glass. Why this works? Your body is naturally dehydrated after a night of sleeping and breathing. This morning drink does two things. First, it rehydrates you. Second, that tiny pinch of mineral-rich salt provides the essential electrolytes needed to kickstart your cellular hydration for the day. It ensures that the water you drink is actually absorbed and utilized, optimizing your blood volume and priming your nervous system for the entire day ahead. Step 2, the evening, relax and dilate. Drink to be consumed 1 to 2 hours before bed. What you'll need: a glass of water and a high-quality bioavailable magnesium powder. For absorption, I strongly recommend choosing either magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. What to do? Follow the serving size on the package, but a good starting point is about half a teaspoon of the powder. Stir it completely into a glass of water until it's fully dissolved and drink it down. Why this works? This is your therapeutic dose. This is the heavy lifter. Taking magnesium in the evening provides a powerful systemic dose of the relaxation mineral. It works overnight to counteract the tension in your vascular system, promoting flexibility and readiness. But there's a wonderful secondary benefit. Magnesium is fantastic for promoting deep, restful sleep. Deep sleep is when your body repairs itself, and crucially, when it produces the majority of its growth hormone and testosterone. So this evening drink not only directly supports your vascular health, but also enhances the hormonal recovery that is critical for libido and performance. Gentlemen, by making these small, mindful adjustments to your daily routine, you are fundamentally changing your relationship with water. You are no longer just drinking water. You are performing functional hydration. You are no longer just filling your tank. You are purposefully creating an electrically charged, nutrient-dense liquid that your cells can instantly recognize and utilize. You are sending clear, powerful biochemical signals throughout your entire network of blood vessels, prompting them to relax, open up fully, and deliver peak performance-enhancing blood flow to every necessary tissue. This isn't just water anymore. It truly becomes a liquid mineral supplement, expertly tailored to address the unique and evolving requirements of your body after 50. Here is my challenge to you. I want you to try this exact protocol: the morning salt, the evening magnesium, and the optional zinc with unwavering consistency for the next 21 days, 3 weeks. That's all I ask. During that time, I want you to pay close attention. Notice the undeniable improvements in your baseline energy levels throughout the day. Notice your mental clarity. Notice the quality of your sleep. And yes, pay close attention to the improvements in your physical strength, your confidence, and your overall vitality. Both in and out of the bedroom, you have the power to reclaim your confidence and your intimate health. It doesn't require a radical, complicated overhaul of your entire life. It starts with one intelligent, powerful adjustment to a habit you already have. Taking this one simple, powerful step today is a guaranteed investment that your future 60-year-old self will undoubtedly thank you for. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information valuable and empowering, please do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for more science-backed health and vitality tips, and share this video with a friend who might still be drinking plain old water. And now, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, are you ready to take the 21-day challenge? I'm Dr. Sheila. Be well, and I'll see you in the next video.